Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I wanted to talk about this first thing because I did mention it once, but then I just keep forgetting because there's just so many things to think about and cover in a video. And so my friend Lorie at Enchanted Dream 71 agreed to do a design team project, and I mentioned that previously, but she finished her project, and her video for her project, the journal that she made, will be up today. So by the time I film this and put it up and everything, hers will be up already. So definitely go over and check out Lorie at Enchanted Dream 71, and I'll have a link in the description box below this video. She did beautiful, beautiful work, and I'm just so pleased that she did that. And also, if you could show some love to her and maybe subscribe if you like how she does things, and that would be great too. She's a newbie, so it's always good to give them some support because it's really hard to get to that 1,000 subscribers, That's always that first big goal. So anyway, please go over and show her some love, and it's Lorie at Enchanted Dream 71. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. So, oh, and I want to thank you all so much, and welcome to new subscribers. I've this morning when I looked, I had 12,000 subscribers, so thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing, and I so appreciate you guys. When I get to 15,000, I'll do another giveaway, so that will be fun. And I got this wonderful little happy mail from Denise at Wondubar Crafts. She's so kind to me. I told her that I was in desperate need of some avocado dyed paper, and so she sent me a little bit, so I just wanted to show you guys because it's beautiful. She does beautiful work, and she is working on a dye right now, so she might not, I don't think she has any in her shop right this minute, but if you check back with her probably in a couple of weeks, she'll probably have everything all ready to go. Okay. She says, here's some avocado dye papers from my stash. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for everything. Hugs and blessings. Oh, she's the sweetest thing in the whole wide world. So, she sent a little altered paper clip. Thank you. And then she always sends a little washi on a little card, which is super cute. And she sent me a little like journaling card. It looks like all collaged, our little collage sheets that we make. So that is super cute, Denise. I love that. The butterfly and the tag and a little bit of fabric there. She has a really cool sewing machine. She used to do quilting. Well, I mean, she probably still does some, but yeah, it just does all kinds of cool things. Mine does like zigzag, straight stitch. That's pretty much it. So yeah. And then she always ties these, and she usually has these bundles. So once she gets her batches done, because she said she was going to start dyeing yesterday, then she'll make up these bundles of papers. And I think she said this first one that she's doing, she's pretty much going to just focus on like paper, because most people, that's what they want the most, is just the paper. So I've got some envelopes here, which are fabulous. And then here's some, oh, this is cool. These are paper towels or napkins, but they feel so cool. These would be great, like decoupaged on something. Yeah, see, look at that. That would be very fun and be a great background. So we'll have to play with those. That's awesome, Denise. Thank you. And then we have some lined paper here. Very cool. And this is like out of a composition notebook, so it's still attached together. If you snip the strings in a composition notebook, these just lift right out. And then these are some other lined paper, and I'm not sure, I know she gets, oh yeah, it's the graph paper on this side. So she gets this at Walmart, I'm pretty sure she said. So it's really cool because most graph paper, the lines go away when you dye it, but this one does not, so that's awesome. And then there's some of the copy paper that's been avocado dyed. I love this polka dots when she does that on there. She has a pan that has those dots. And more plain ones, and then there's like, this looks like lawn furniture or something, some kind of baking tray probably, but it has that kind of diamond pattern on it, you know, just tiny instead of the bigger like on the lawn furniture. And there it is again. I don't know if you guys can, oh yeah, you can definitely see it. I didn't think you'd be able to see it. And then lines. She gets such a good like saturation on her color. I love it. And more diamonds and more dots. Super fun. And then a large doily. She always puts a large doily around it, so that's fun. And then some of the long paper. So that is wonderful. Thank you so much, Denise. And this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that she, you know, helps back them so they don't bend so easy. So yeah, I'm excited to have that. I was pretty much out of the paper for journals. I still have some envelopes and things, but that's awesome. All right, so I'm going to show you my latest kind of silly, funny Halloween digi. It's just pretty much all in fun, but I thought you guys might like it, so I went ahead and turned it into a digi. I just did some sketches using black pen, like fine line 0.5 fine line pen, and drew some funny little pumpkins and this crazy tree and a spider. And then this page has like Frankenstein and ghosts and silly stuff, and a cat and another ghost, and this is a bat. My husband was looking at it like this and he's like, what is that thing at the top? It's like, it's a bat. So yeah, that was fun. But so it comes with those 3 pages of the characters, and that's why I called it Spooky Stamps, because you can print these, you know, kind of like stamps on your pages. And a good thing to do if you want to have it like, you know, down in a corner here or something, is if you copy and paste this into Word. This is the way I know how to do it. I'm sure there's other ways, but copy and paste it into Word and then crop out whichever image you want. Then you can make it bigger or smaller or whatever. So yeah. We also did these, and I say we because mostly my son figured this out. That's what he was doing yesterday in my video. But the idea is, I talked to Joff at Medieval Mirage to make sure she was alright with, you know, because she's the one that came up with the idea of the covers for the envelopes. So I'm doing it entirely different because our envelopes are a different size, for one, and two, this could be used on really any legal size envelope, or you don't even need an envelope at all, because you can also just kind of like meet up your windows, which there's a little extra on the side, but meet your windows up, cut it out, put some acetate in there, and you could have, you know, like a faux envelope and then hinge it somewhere or whatever. But they're meant to cover just a regular 9 by, I can't remember what they are, 9 by 4 inch or something like that window envelope. Oh, they're like a 4 1/8 envelope, and we usually don't use the whole envelope too, is another reason I did it this way, instead of doing like the whole 9 inches on a white piece of paper. I decided to just use the whole sheet. This way you can tear it here or, you know, further down, however you want to do it, but it'll cover up that window. So you'll get one of those, and then you'll get 4 of the kind of collaged look for journal pages. So you can fold them, you know, this way. So there's 4 of those, and these are vintage postcards. There's another vintage postcard. And these are all pages that I dyed. I used food dye, and like this one has salt. That's what gives it all the little speckles. And then I added sprays like Tim Holtz black soot. I just put a little bit of rubbing alcohol with it and spritzed it on the page in spots, like here and here. So it gives you just kind of a cool, fun background to back tags with, or on the back of journaling pages or whatever. And there's 5 of those more you know, the plain version. And then you'll get 3 or 2, yeah, it's 2 pages of these tags, which have like Halloween words on them, pumpkin, witch, spider, you know. They're those same tags that I used in my price tag digi, just with different things on them instead of numbers. And then we shrunk them down and, you know, put 2 sets on a page. You don't quite get the exact whole set because one of them got kind of cut off, but you get the idea. And I would definitely print these because you can see like this one got really close to the edge. I mean, that's not very much, but if you do like a shrink to fit or have your border on your page when you print it, you won't lose stuff like that. Like this one I did shrink to fit, and you can see I got all of my sayings there. And then there's a page of the postcards. And then I wanted to show you, see, this is one that I put into Word, and I printed the tree on there, but you could make them bigger if you wanted to, or, you know, however, that's how those work. And then like this one I did on just scrapbook paper. You had to use a lighter scrapbook paper, works better because, you know, like that last one with the black in the corner, it's kind of hard to see the image. So just think about that when you're printing them, because they're a fine line design, so they're, you know, not thick enough to really show up on a dark page like this one. You can see it's kind of hard to see where the lines are, but if you fussy cut them out, then, you know, you'll have funny little pumpkins with that color. And I did do the tree in that too. So that's scrapbook paper. And then as a freebie or a gift to you guys, if you order this digi, you'll also get a page to do envelopes with that is more neutral, that should go with, you know, pretty much any other digi you might have. So you can cut the windows out and use it to cover up a junk mail envelope. And if you don't want to, like, see, I was kind of thinking I want them to go like this and then fold over and be on this page, which is kind of what we're going to do today. And then the flap opens and closes, and you have both sides covered, and you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to match up, you know, on the window there. But if you just want to do one side, you know, you can just tear it and do that one side and turn it this way if you have one of the ones that is over here. Or you could just put this one here, tear it along this edge, and then collage, or cut your envelope off there, or, you know, however you want to use that. But that's a freebie in there, and that isn't meant to go necessarily with this digi. I just thought it would be fun to give you guys one that you could use for whatever. But today we're going to use the one that is more Halloween-ish. So, and I mean, you could really use that for a lot of things, not just Halloween. But so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. So I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I really appreciate all of you, and I'm so excited. I can't believe that I've gotten 12,000 subscribers. That just totally blows my mind. I have been doing this for, I think this is my third summer, third or fourth. I think it's my third summer doing this. You know, and I did it all year, but I just say I started in the summer, so I'm not great at cutting these kind of things. Maybe I should use my X-Acto. That might work a little bit better. It would be better if I was just sitting down and cutting, but I don't want to take all day to do this. So yeah, it's just been really fun, and I really appreciate all of your support, because I could not do this without you guys, and I cut too far, I think. Now I'll just get the corners in a minute here. Just get the straight part first. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's amazing how great this whole community is, for sure. Okay. So at least now I just basically have corners to do. But yeah, I just really wanted a way to cover two sides of the envelope, like to make it an opening and closing flap without trying to collage and figure out how to match the windows up, if that makes sense. Because it's kind of tricky to cover both sides when you're collaging, because you know you'll see weird scrap edges through the window there. And I did not do a great job of cutting this, so it's going to be rough, but we'll put a little ink on it. I'll go ahead and do this one too. If I was just sitting and like watching TV, I would be able to probably cut it a little better. Well, and this is just copy paper, which is always interesting to cut too, because it wants to just, let's see if I can get around the corner here. It kind of just likes to tear more than cut, honestly. But you don't really want a thicker paper if you're, you know, covering an envelope probably, so it would be too much. Be great if somebody had a die of that. That would be something if I knew how to do that. I guess it's kind of hard. There's all different size windows, but I figured if I just went for a regular, you know, business size envelope and that, it would probably be the best. And I may do more sizes as time goes if you guys like these. I'd like to do like a whole set of pastiges, but I don't know if I'll get around to that or not. That darn time, right? Okay, so if we ink them, we won't see my little, actually cut that a little more, my little white lines that I left. And this window's a tiny bit smaller than the opening on the envelope, and we kind of did that on purpose because it was hard to get it just right and not have, you know, edges showing and stuff like that. So it's a tiny bit smaller than the opening. It worked better to use the X-Acto all the way around. There's a few little spots, but not as bad as this one that I cut by hand. It's the rough, tattered look, right? We'll go with that. Okay, so this is going to go in here, and it's a little bit bigger as far as, you know, it hangs off the side over there, but I will just trim it when I get there. And I think what I'm going to do is just put glue on the envelope itself. See how this works. It's always an experiment when you come here. Get those edges good. So yeah, Lorie has done, I'm just so excited for her because she's gotten quite a few subscribers recently. She's just doing a great job. She does beautiful, beautiful work, so definitely check her out. I mean, all the ladies that do design team projects for me are wonderful ladies. Okay, so let's just get this glued on over our window here. See if we can line it up okay. I cut that weird. But basically, if it covers up the window, or, you know, everything but the window, I guess, that's the good part. Wipe that glue off of there. Okay, and you can see my shoddy cutting job. Okay, and let's figure out how much. I kind of did it crooked, you can tell. So see, it might be a better idea to cut this instead of trying to fold it, because I don't think it's going to meet up right. Just because I put it crooked. If I wouldn't have put it crooked, it would probably be fine. So let's do that. And I'll let that glue dry. And then well, I better trim it, or I'm going to have two sides and I won't be able to see where the edge is. At least top and bottom, anyway. It's just easier to cut when it's dry because the glue makes the paper just kind of fold instead of cut sometimes. These little guys are pretty sharp though. And I'm going to do the same thing and just put the glue right on here again. Okay. I need to reinforce that right there. I think maybe I better do that real quick first. We'll glue all the way down. And we'll use some washi. Use this one with these black and white flowers here. If I can find the end. Of course, I was going to do that first and I forgot until I looked and saw that it was torn right there. And I don't want it, like, you know, to come apart, end up ripping apart or something. Great. I'm just going to go right down that. That'll just reinforce that little fold. I'll put some glue over that. See some spots I missed here. Okay. See if I can line it up a little better, which I probably won't because my fold is missing. Well, I guess it's really the window that we're worried about anyway. It's very close on either end. So just make sure you cut out those windows pretty spot on, because otherwise you might be able to see a little. But you can ink it too. And I think I got it crooked again. But that is much easier than trying to cover both of those, the inside and the out, and have it look decent without weird scrap edges coming into your view through the window there. Need a wet one. This one's a little bit wet. Get that glue off of there. Even this up. And then we'll ink it. Even this edge up. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because that probably would get attached, so maybe we'll just glue it over around This back side will probably get attached on a journal, and I need to trim it down a little bit because it's too tall. It's like the 9 inches is the size of what I use for a cover, so I don't want it any bigger than 8.5 inches long. Sticking to the glue on the inside there. Okay, there's that, and then I need 2 ink. And I think I'm going to turn this into kind of a notepad type little thingy. Why that one ink right there? It's probably the other side that I'm seeing, huh? Yeah, so it might be a good idea to like ink the inside of those windows when you use them. Just because if you have a little sliver, it's going to be white, so you might not want that. Okay, so on this back page, we're going to make it so you can write on there. So we'll put some kind of ephemera that, or page that you'd be able to write on. I think I might do this with just the leaf, because it's, well, then this is going to be in there. So maybe we'll just do one of the plain ones. That's where I ripped it, so. But yeah, let's cut it down before we make it any, before we cover any more. So I'm thinking probably six, maybe a little bit more. Maybe at 8. I'm going to cut it at 8. Let's see how that works. And then it'll flap, like it'll glue down like that, and that'll open and close. Okay, so let's do this. So it definitely works like that now instead of having to turn the paper the other way. Oh, so I could do the leaf on there. It would just be on the other side, like over here instead. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That would just be fun to have, you know, something on there. So let's go. This edge torn. Sorry, it's all figuring it out when you're when you haven't done something before. It's like, how do I want it? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Could not pick that up at all. Yeah, I kind of thought this one, I just wasn't having luck finding images and things for Halloween, which was, I remember that from last year as well. It's just really hard to find stuff, believe it or not, because now we like kind of, you know, celebrate it a lot, but I don't think they celebrated it quite as much as we do. So it's just hard to find the old stuff that, you know, is not under copyright. So that makes it tricky. And I just wasn't finding anything I really liked very much. So I just kind of did my own thing and thought it would be a fun one, and it would go with my Spooky Times did you pretty well as far as the colors and the background pages and that. The drawings probably wouldn't, because I did the more flapper type girls for the Spooky Times, but you know, you could still use some of the other papers if you didn't want to use the drawings for that or whatever. In October we're going to make some greeting cards with these characters that I drew. But we won't be able to do that until kind of mid-October sort of thing. That might be kind of fun. So you could give to your coworkers or something like that. I don't, you know what, I didn't need the glue all the way on that because there's this opening right here, but oh well, it's glued now. Get this edge lined up first as well as I can. Considering I didn't get it straight the first time. That Scotch Create is super sticky glue. It just won't go up anymore. Okay, so that's going to be like that. I'm going to wipe that off because it's really sticky. Okay, that should help a little bit. And then we're going to do kind of like a little pad of paper out of pieces from, like this one's from my Spooky Times. And I need it to be about, let me see, let me just measure that so I don't have to keep trying to hold it up to that. That's like 4, so we'll go at 3.5. Tear the pages at 3.5. And I'm just going to use my little board right here. So I'm just mixing it up. And they do have the backs on them. This is from the Spooky Stamps. So let's 3.5. Just want the torn edge instead of the straight edge. Oh, you know what? I'm going to make this one. Oh, that's going to have a flat edge too. I think I'll just leave them. And we'll do a couple other ones. And 3.5. So this would be kind of fun in a journal because you'd have, you know, you could either write on these or use these papers in your journal. So you know, it's got that on the back. Instead of doing them, you know, like folded, like journal pages. And then you could put in, you know, some coffee dyed paper if you want. I'm going to actually use a piece of the original dyed paper just because I want to use it. I don't want it just hanging or floating around here forever. But yeah, you could use coffee dyed paper, any kind of dyed paper that you might have. I'll have to rip these down more. This one got ripped somehow in the dyeing. I tried to pick it up and tore it. I'm sure y'all have been there. Okay. Hey, I'll just go ahead and use this one too. And then I'll have enough. This this is just going to be a little edge. I should be tearing it the other way, but because it never tears great this way. Okay, and then I was going to put one of my images on a page, but I need to see what I want to. Oh, this one would be kind of good. That's going to be my front page. And I'll kind of do one of these, 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 that kind of thing, so that they're mixed. Now we need to figure out how long. Oh yeah, we did 8, huh? So I'm not going to be able to rip all of them at once. Okay, you don't have to rip off much. Half an inch, duh, Amy. Oh wow, some days it's scary. It's a scary place. When you don't know how long a piece of paper is, right? Tear the lace. No, because I want the tear on the bottom. So we'll just do it this way again. So my kids are doing homework. If you hear talking, it's the, you know, the internet, or the, I don't know if they're using Zoom or what. They use 2 different things, college and high school. My daughter goes to school more than my son, and she's in college. It's just, though, you know, how it turned out. What's that? I don't think I was going to use those. This. Okay. Alright. So these are going to go in here. And I am going to tiny attach them right up here at the top. And I know I'm covering my leaf, but when you flip to that back page, you'll still get to see it. So I wanted something fun back there. And I need to make sure I get them straight. They're looking all wonky here for some reason. They should be flat edge up at the top. Okay. So you can, again, use these in the journal or just use it as a notepad. And these would be fun to make and just give as gifts too. These would be great at Christmas time if you did like a Christmas kind of image on there. Alright, and I have this. I don't know if I have a long enough piece though. Oh, by golly, I do. It just, I was doing something with a package, and this is so old that it just tore. Like you can see both ends just frayed and tore. But I kept it because I love that itty bitty rickrack like that. It's vintage though, so that's why it's just basically disintegrated when I tried to tie it. But it'll work great for this because it's just going straight across here. And I'm going to let those little pieces be frayed and sticking out there. You don't have to do this. You could just staple it and leave it alone. I just think it's fun to do that. Cover it with either paper or ribbon or something. But you can definitely leave it, especially those tiny attacher staples are so little cute. Okay, and then I colored one of my little images just using colored pencils, just these regular old colored pencils. And I'm going to put it so that that's what you see when you look through the window. So I got to figure out, it's probably going to have to go right to the very edge of that paper. scoot down a little. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of lift it and glue because I don't want to move it over and have it not in the right spot anymore where we can't see it very well. It's already moving. It's really that up and down part I want to make sure I hit good. That art glitter glue is so fast to glue. So that would be a very fun happy mail, and then we need to do something on the front, right? So let's do, colored these guys too, do they fit? It'd be better if they were swapped, you know, but it's what it is, right? And you know, you could choose to use a different one, it's just, that's what I had cut out, so, and colored. And we'll use one of our little tags. Sorry, I'm just looking through my papers here. I've got some scraps of Halloween paper somewhere. I can find them. Where they're at. Oh, there they are. This one's not really Halloween, but it's just the colors are good. So let's use I don't know how to use pumpkin patch or Halloween. Let's just use Halloween. We need creepy cloth. I don't know where my creepy cloth is. I'm going to have to drag all that stuff out. I forgot to do that. Probably got, let me see. Got that to tie around it. Sparkly stuff you can get at the dollar store. That. I really don't have a whole lot in black type fabric or anything. Anything at all. Oh, I've got this stuff. This is from the dollar store 1 year too. It's like this crazy spiderweb stuff. I didn't see any this year when I was in there. That doesn't mean it's not there. Or in other ones, because they definitely don't always have the same stuff from one to the next, or 1 year to the next. Kind of want it to come up a little bit higher. I really wish those two pumpkins were swapped. You know what would be better is one of the ghosts. Sorry, changing midway through here, but I just don't like the way those pumpkins are matching up. This one be too big with the pumpkin, yes. So we need this guy, and he's not colored. So we'll just real quick. It won't take long because I'm going to basically leave him that color, just put a little maybe gray or something. This is not going to be the best cut job. I mean, you wouldn't have to cut him at all, or color him at all, obviously, but I just don't think they always look finished like that. But you could definitely leave him. Okay. And I'm going to actually go ahead and cut off this little pumpkin, because he's already colored. We'll just kind of put him here, like that. I guess I could have cut them apart and swapped spaces too. That would have also worked. But that's okay, that way we don't have just pumpkins on there. Alright, so I don't have a whole lot of options. Maybe we'll just use a little silver on him. Just go around here a little. Not very dark at all. And then I just kind of hit the wherever the little lines are. Just very lightly color. That'll give him a little sparkliness. Just kind of finishes them off so they don't look so flat. Of course you could color them whatever color, the purples would be kind of fun. Okay. All right. That, and then I'm going to do a spooky as well. That's the same writing, isn't it? I have that one, but it's one of the little ones that's I mean, it's the same ones, but you know, they're smaller, so it looks a little bit different. so Halloween, but not like, you know, scary. I think that you could even make like little treat bags or something for grandkids or your kids or whatever, and it wouldn't be, you know, those aren't scary. And I need a brad. How long have we been doing? Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, I'm really hogging up your time today. Hogging it up. Do a black one. If I can find my hole puncher that punches little holes. I need to ink this too. Oh, come on. It's like if it doesn't come off of there, seriously. I still need creepy cloth. This is the only problem with these brads from scrapbooking. I don't know why, but they make those tails on them so long. So a lot of times I just bend them so they're both, you know, through there like that, so that you don't have to try to... Oh my goodness, Pasha. Crying because Darren picked him up. Wow. He really doesn't like Theron, because Theron wants to hold him and he does not like to be held. Doesn't like it at all. Being salty, Pasha. Salty catto. Why do I want this? How do I want this? I don't know. Go like these. Oops, it's got screwed up, huh? And this one down here, that will work. Like a little bit of burlap, since I can't find my big cloth. Oh my goodness, Pasha, what are you knocking everything down? He's helping. I know you guys can't see him, he's up on the ledge, like right in front of my desk. I just got everything cleaned up, now I'm just destroying everything again. Because that's what I do. Okay, that's what I needed. Alright, oh, and I left my glue open the whole time. I bet that's great now. And I got dug for that Halloween paper and never even used it. Alright, what am I looking for? I think I want tacky glue, because we've got some thick items here. My goodness, sorry. Got glue all over me. In 2 seconds flat. Okay, I'm just going to take these off. I'm just going to put some glue under here. However, because it's fine. And then a little spot at the top with no glue, because that's where I'm going to put that other little sign. Is that high enough? Yes. Crunch it a little. Since we've got that burlap under there, it'll just make it look more like it's, you know, supposed to be all it's supposed to be all lumpy and bumpy, don't you know? this back there. Pumpkin. Kind of dimensional because all the stuff stuck under there. Okay, I like it. And then all we're going to do is tie our little tie around there. Alright, I'm going to use the black and white, maybe. I do not know. And I must have gotten that at Joann's because it's that Ms. Sparkling Company. I've had it for ages though. Come all the way over here with the tie. Okay. Keep that piece for something, a tag or something. I don't want it across that pumpkin's eyes. So you can glue it down in your journal and then it'll untie. And of course the string won't go anywhere because it'll be attached, and have your little notepad. Could decorate this too or write on it. So yeah. Just a little fun thing with the new Digi and the envelope covers. I hope you guys like those and I hope they're helpful. I hope they're not a pain in the rear for you. Let me know what you think about them. Alright, we will chat again soon. Thank you again for all your support and kind words. I love all the kindness. So have a wonderful day. We'll chat later. Bye-bye.